So being a former safety here, how do you play DK Metcalf? Do you give him the same treatment you did with Julio Jones last week, where you put a safety over the top and you double him?
Man, they didn't take my advice last week. I mean, a lot of the time versus Julio Jones, we saw single high safety and we saw press coverage. Now, I agree with the press coverage part because I feel like that will get the timing off between DK and Russell Wilson. But I think you got to have that safety over the top, especially with the corners we have right now. Until they get into that rhythm, until they kind of get that confidence to go out there and, hey, we can do it on our own. We don't need any help. I think they got to have somebody over top of them. This is a guy in DK Metcalf who's arguably, he might be even bigger than Julio Jones, just as fast, but even bigger. And we saw what he was able to do against Stephon Gilmore, who's arguably, I know you love him a lot, who's arguably the best corner in the National Football League. I mean, we saw him honey roast him all over the field. So my hopes aren't very high right now for the corners of, Awuzie and Diggs out there, but I still believe you have to let these guys press them. You have to get hands on these guys at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it's a technique issue or something like that, but he has to clean it up in order to get these guys off of the rhythm, because if you let DK Metcalf or you let Tyler Lockett or even Greg Olsen out there, I mean, he's throwing some passes to him as well. If you let those guys get loose, it's going to be a long day for you. So I think rush and cover in this game is going to work together. And by what I mean by that is that D lineman got to get after Russell Wilson and have him make some mistakes out there. But overall, with this defense, I think they have to take advantage of those opportunities. I feel like last week we let two easy interceptions go by the wayside. One by I think Worley, who was back at the safety. He was disguising a little bit. Yep, he dropped the first one right in his mitts, and then Diggs, who he was beaten early in the route, but was able to come back. He showed that exceptional speed, and he was right there as well for an interception. He just wasn't able to bring it in. So this defense right now, I think they gotta be able to take care of all the opportunities they have. But the secondary wise, you got to get your hands on these receivers, or else Russell Wilson, as you say, is going to cook it up on them all day.